Hello and good morning. We're continuing with our godot journey. Godot. I'm gonna continue calling it godot. I managed to get the thing from yesterday working. There was something wrong with this node. I had transformed something in it and it got weird. But now, look, dog fell off screen. Oh, I also took my time to set up in Asperite and do a tiny spreadsheet. Ah, shit, I missed a pixel. We can fix that later. We're gonna need more. That should be this color. Yeah. Yeah, so I started setting. Oh, we need to change it in this number 2. There we go. Eyedropper tool. What's the B shortcut for? Alright, so I made a sprite. Because I got an idea for a game. Where I kinda... I want a dog. Who's the main hero. So this is Doggo here. He's a good boy. Anyways, let's move this away and get back into the Bracky. Video and see where we're going next. I think we're supposed to be building we have done collision shape.
And for the shape here, we're going to create a new world boundary shape. The world boundary is a type of collider that is perfect for stuff like, well, world boundaries, because it's going to extend infinitely on the horizontal axis here.
Okay, this is too far.
We can see that we have this huge camera viewport. This is definitely currently too large, so let's zoom in on our camera. I'm going to set the zoom here to 4x4 and simply click and drag our camera to be on top of the player. And now we can try playing our game. And there you go. We now have a player that is playing an idle animation and of our scripts folder. And that's a collider to stand on. Right now, our player by an input to the keys we'd like to use. As for the path here, I'm going to make sure that we put this inside of our scripts folder. And let's just name it player. Let's hit create. And as you can see, this creates a script that will move around our character. I know that this might look really confusing at first, but don't worry, we'll have a look at what all this means later. For now, let's just try playing. And our player immediately falls off the screen. That's because we need to give him a collider to stand on. Right now, our player has a collider, but it doesn't have anything to collide with. So in our game, I'm going to go back to the 2D view at the top here. This is where we can change from script view to 2D. Let's add a new node. So let's hit the plus sign. Let's add a static body 2D. And
we're going to add a static body 2D in the game node, right? Yes, in the game node. So add new node. A 2D physics body that can't be moved by external forces. When moved manually, it doesn't affect other bodies in its path. Static body 2D is useful for completely static objects like floors and walls, as well as moving surfaces like conveyor belts and circular revolving platforms. Alright. We're still in the game node. We're creating that there. This is an error. This node has no shape. Alright. We'll see what
This
that
is
does
another
later.
type of physics body. It's the one we use for things that don't need to move. That's why it's called static. So it's perfect for creating some ground. Let's hit create. And again, this is going to give us this warning here that it needs a shape. So let's add a collision shape. So I'm going to hit Control A, search for.
I have to nest this. I think it's called. Collision. I already had a collision shape 2 there. Yeah, collision shape 2D. World boundary shape? I wonder if that's what we're going to use.
Shape. And for the shape here, we're going to create a new world boundary shape.
Does this say new world boundary shape? No, it does just says boundary shape, right?
It's a shape. So let's add a collision shape. So I'm going to hit Control A, search for collision shape. And for the shape here, we're going to create a.
Okay, so his says new, but the new update says
world boundary shape.
New and boundary shape, I guess. I'm assuming this is correct. We'll see. So go here, because this says new up here now. I can't scroll. No. World boundary shape. It looks slightly different. Okay, we created that.
Boundary is a type of collider that is perfect for stuff like, well, world boundaries, because it's going to extend infinitely on the horizontal axis here. So as you can see, it's currently pointing up. We could also point it to the side here, and now it's going to extend infinitely on the vertical.
Okay.
I'm going to hit Control Z to undo that. Instead, I'm going to select the entire static body here. I'm going to change to the Move tool by pressing this icon here or simply W on the keyboard. And I'm going to move it down under our character. Then I'm going to go back to our Select tool, which is here, or simply press Q. And while our collider doesn't have any graphics, it's going to be invisible. We can now play. And there we go. I'll play.
Okay, so dog should fall and stop. Yes! Whoa, he's faced. I need a fucking idle animation. This is a bad idle animation. Oh well, it works. For now. I'm just gonna like do a up and down bop, I guess. Alright, that's done.
Player now gently lands on the collider, and we can move around using the arrow keys and jump with the spacebar. Now our player is currently a bit too fast, and I think his jump is a bit too high, so let's modify our script to change that.
Perfect,
Let's
okay.
close our game, go into our script, and at the top here there are two
Script.
constants that we can modify.
Yo,
Speed,
welcome to the
as well as
stream.
our jump
Nice
velocity.
having you here.
So I'm going to set the speed to something less, like 130, and the jump
Right.
velocity to say negative 300. And now when we play, it looks and feels a lot better.
Wait, what did he change? Started laughing.
To change that, let's close our game, go into our script.
Go into
And at
script.
the top here, there are two constants that we can modify. Our speed as well as our jump velocity.
Yeah,
So
I
I'm gonna
got
set
it
the
here.
Speed to something less, like 130, and the jump velocity to say negative 300.
Alright. Let's copy this exactly. 130 and 300. Now we go moonwalking again. Oh yeah, that's more comfy. Still a bit fast for I want, because I want to run later on. Okay, that's fixed.
And now when we play, it looks and feels a lot better. So our player is moving around, but currently there's not much to look at. So let's build a world to explore.
Yay!
World building 1.0.
Okay.
So to build our world, let's begin by removing our collider here. We're going to build an...
Okay. What? We just made that. Come on. Okay.
Explore.
Did he
World
remove the
building
entire
1.0.
static body?
So to build our world, let's begin by removing our...
He did, okay. So all nested things he removed. Boom. Delete. Yes. Okay, now we're in falling mode again. Ah, where are you? Bracky, come back.
collider here. We're going to build an actual ground for him to stand on. And let's instead add a tile map node. So let's press new node and search for tile map.
And this is in game still, yes. Go back to body. Does he have game selected? He doesn't, it's just... Okay, so we add a new node, tile map. Create. Okie dokie.
Now, the most common way to create levels in 2D is by using tiles. In other words, we build our game world by drawing different tiles onto a grid.
Yep.
This is a great way to work because we can create a lot of varied levels using just a few tiles. The tile assets we use to paint are normally packed together into one big image, just like our player was. This is called the tile set. So the tile set is a collection of tiles that we can use to paint from, and the tile map that we just created is the node we use to paint these tiles into our world.
Okay.
So to start painting on
Easy
our
peasy.
tile map, we need to add a tile set. So in our inspector under tile set, we'll create a new tile set.
Inspector, tile set.
And if we press it here, we get to configure some things about it.
What? No, we didn't. Okay. Yes, we did. Never mind.
The main thing you want to make sure is set correctly is the tile size. The tile set in our asset does indeed have 16 by 16 pixel tiles, so we'll just leave that as
Okay.
is.
Yes.
Now at the bottom here you can see that we have two tabs. We have the tile set and tile map. So
Okay.
before we can start painting with our tile map, let's go into our tile set and configure this property.
Tile set. Yes. There we are. We're there.
The main thing we want to do is drag in our tile set asset. So let's go into our assets
Going to. I already have my assets up. Yay.
folder under sprites and drag in the world tileset.png. It's going to ask us if we would like to automatically create tiles in the atlas. We do, so let's press
World tile set PNG. Drag it in. Yes. All right. Maybe I'm gonna. Maybe I should actually. It's annoying me moving this in and out. If you're watching, I guess. See if we can create. I had a issue yesterday where dog didn't fall off screen. There was some weird thing in the some error in the game node. But I mean, I guess learning shit is hard. You've been trying Godot as well? Oh, I bet. The only thing I feel carries over for me so far has been knowing some of the names like sprite sheet. I used to do like very easy RPG maker things back in the day. We put you down here. This is my totally noob journey, pretty much. I can do sprite sheets. Yeah, I agree. It does seem easier to learn than other things. Okay, what do we need to do
Yes.
now?
And now let's make some more room here, and we can zoom in to view it.
Okay, make room. Zoom in. I remember something about this. You marked each of these somehow.
As you can see, it's actually gone ahead and automatically detected the grid cells that have tiles. If for some reason it's made an error, we can always use our eraser here to remove tiles. In this
Okay.
case here, it thinks that the top of the palm tree is a bunch of different tiles. I'm going to use the eraser to get rid of these.
Where did he find the eraser? Scene paint mode. Where did he click the eraser? Setup, select, okay, paint, eraser, there. Like so?
And instead go out of the erase mode and then hold down shift while clicking and dragging to turn this into one big tile. It's also split up the
Go out of the erase tool. And he used what?
In this case here, it thinks that the top of the palm tree is a bunch of different tiles. I'm going to use the eraser to get rid of these and
Yeah.
instead go out of the erase mode and then hold down shift while
Okay, he just stopped erasing. Hold down shift. No. Where did the eraser go? Oh, there we are, okay. E. Hold shift. Is that it? Maybe this white line seems weird.
clicking and dragging to turn this into one big tile. It's also split up the trees into 3 different tiles, but in this case it's actually something that we want because it allows us to create trees of varying heights. I'll show you this once we start painting.
Alright. I'm gonna erase these as he did. Oh, okay, so this, never mind. No, these are the wrong one. Okay. Why does it stop there? Hello? Is it because I'm going across? Okay. The trunk tile. Yeah, I'm gonna try learning GD script as well. Oh yeah, he erased the trunk tile. Yeah, that's true. So you're right. Oh, nice. Thank you. Perfect. I've done HTML. So nothing real. I tried C sharp. For a while, but I couldn't wrap my head around it because it was like I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have a all the material, so I could just make like simple DOS hello world and like a simple choice game where you move through a map pretty much.
Other than that, I think it looks good. So with this tile set up, we can now go to our tile map and start painting. Make sure that the scene has the select tool and that the tile map has the paint tool enabled. And now let's simply select a tile and start painting it in.
Select a tile. Wait. We're in game. We're in tile map. Why do I have this still though? The tile map node is deprecated as it's superseded by the use of multiple tile layer node. To convert a tile map to a tile map layer node, open the tile map bottom. But I don't need to do that, right? Select one. No, I probably need to do that. Because I'm not having his nice grid thing. Is this something I need to do? Well, he never did that. He just dragged it straight in, right? Am I missing something? Did I fuck up the tile map?
Tile map, we need to add a tile set. So in our game world by drawing different tiles onto a grid. This is a great way to work because we can create a...
I'm gonna redo this and see if I missed something. I assume I missed something. I am in game. Yes. Okay. Boom. Delete this. Yes. And then we go into create new node. We have the tile map. Did I create the wrong one?
A lot of very level.
All right. Yep. I do know basic loops and if statements. I don't know strings. I can't remember strings. Integers, I feel like I have an idea. That's like a... let's see. I'm gonna create this first, and then I'll see if I get it right, and then you can tell me
using
how
just a few
wrong
tiles.
I am.
The tile assets we use to paint are normally packed together into one big image, just like our player was. This is called the tile set. So the tile set is a collection
Floats,
of tiles
I have
that we
no
use
idea.
to paint from, and the tile map that we just created is the node we use to paint these tiles into our world. So to start painting on our tile map, we need to add a tile set. So in our inspector under tile set, we'll create a new tile set.
No, okay. Yeah, no, it's tile map. What does deprecated mean? Oh, god damn it. Deprecated. Not having English as my first language is weird. Okay, as obsolete, to warn against its use in the future so that it might be phased out. Okay, so this is obsolete. What does it say instead? Use multiple tilemap layer nodes instead. So we're using this instead. Does it work the same though? Can we just select tile set here? Boom. And then we can drag the world tile set in still. Yes. And then we do this for posterity. So we get in the habit of checking our tiles. All right. All right. Okay. So strings, it's just text based. So if I go in to this one, we have an if statement here. Is this the string then? The is on floor one? Or is it... This would be an float then, because it has a decimal. Okay, is on floor is a function. Okay. Oh yeah, and under function you can list shit. I'm starting to slowly remember. But now speed would be... It's a constant with a float. So this links back to this, of course. Okay. That's nice that you can actually like... Okay, so UI left would be a string then. Or UI accept. Okay. Thank you. It's a bitch learning stuff, man. But having some chat to explain shit is really, really, really good. Thank you very much. Alright, back to the tiles. Wait a minute. Is this 16? Yes, it is 16 by 16. Alright. Maybe just GD script difference. Is there something with my selection here? Use grid snap. That's helpful, I guess. Okay, so can I just select this now and paint? I cannot. God damn it, I'm doing something wrong. Something in my selection is fucked up. Let's use local space. Now it's selecting the... Oh, no! Okay, so I clicked something... Yeah. Okay, so I fucked up from before. Cool. Good to know. Now we can paint the tile, so... Meh, 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 meh.
And if we press it here, we get to configure some things about it. The main thing you want to make sure is set correctly is the tile size. The tile set in our asset does indeed have 16 by 16 pixel tiles, so we'll just leave that as is. Now at the bottom here you can see that we have two tabs. We have the tile set and tile map. So before we start painting with our tile map, let's go into our tile set and configure this property. The main thing we want to do is drag in our tileset asset. So let's go into our assets folder.
I missed that. Good to...
And drag in the world tileset.png. It's going to ask us if we would like to automatically create tiles in the atlas. We do, so let's press yes. And now let's make some more room here and we can zoom in to view it. And as you can see, it's actually gone ahead and automatically detected the grid cells that have tiles. If for some reason it's made an error, we can always use our eraser here.
We've already done this, but let's go through it once more.
Is a bunch of different tiles.
Like exposure therapy.
Use the eraser to get rid of these, and instead go out of the erase mode, and then hold down Shift while clicking and dragging to turn this into one big tile. It's also split up the trees into 3 different tiles. But in this case, it's actually something that we want, because it allows us to create trees of varying heights.
Yep.
I'll show you this once we start painting.
Alright.
Other than that, I think it looks good. So with this tile set set up, we can now go to our tile map and start painting. Make sure that the scene has the select tool and that the tile map has the paint tool enabled.
Selecting paint tool, yes.
Select a tile and start painting it in. If you make a mistake, you can always right click to remove.
Okay.
So I'm just going to fast forward through me drawing out the level here. As you can see, I begin by blocking out the most essential game part.
Okay, so I just make a random level now, I guess. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, maybe... Maybe we try to make this a bit nice. Little drop for the doggo. You move this around. Yes, you can. Good. Let's have him do a little jump here. This looks fugly. Let's do some filler. Have some nice floaty islands going on, I guess. Boom, boom. Boom. Maybe one of these here instead. And the doggo has to cross a bridge. He goes into another grassy area. Looks like a Super Mario tile set. And he has to maybe maybe we can make an elevator or something. I think he talked about that in the start, so we assume we're gonna be able to make an elevator soon. Yo, what's up, dude? You back already? No. Are you back already? You haven't left? You took the wrong day? Okay, what time was it then? Oh, okay. Well, you know what they say? Early bird catches the worm. Alright, I'm happy with this.
Parts, leaving in room for gameplay objects like moving platforms and enemies. And then only once I'm finished with that, I start decorating. And if the trick here is that you can select multiple tiles at once to paint in more than one, and you can always go into select mode in order to select large chunks and move them.
Oh, that's good. Okay, so you can go into... This is a select mode. We can Nope, that's not the select mode. Which one is the select then? This one, alright. Okay, cool. Nice. This is so nice. So we're going straight after gym then?
Now once I'm ready to start decorating, let me just show you the cool trick with the trees here.
Yeah,
So
cool,
let's say
cool.
we want to add a tree here at the top. Well, then we can actually just paint the bottom, then choose how tall we want the tree to be, and then paint the top. So that's one of...
Okay. That's easy enough. So, trees for dog to pee on? Yeah, I should be fine. Oh shit, yeah. I forgot it's covering the... better.
One of the advantages of working with tiles is that we can also make individual elements really flexible. So once you're happy with the level, let's just go ahead and press play, and our player is going to fall right off. That's because we need to add a physics layer to our tiles.
How do we
this,
do that?
Go to our tile map, go
to the tile map, boom.
Under our tile set, physics layers.
Tile set. Physics. No. He just clicked.
Elements really flexible. So once you're happy with the level, let's just go ahead and press play, and our player is going to fall right off. That's because we need to add a physics layer to our tiles. To do this, we go to our tile map, go under our tile set.
He double clicked physics layers.
Physics layers, and add a new layer. Then with this layer, we can go under our tile set, and here we need to choose what tiles belong to the physics layer, because we don't want to collide with.
Okay. Add an element.
Everything in our tile map. The trees and bushes, we just want to pass right through. So let's go to paint here, and the property that we want to paint is the physics layer 0 we just created.
Okay. Okay.
And now we can actually go ahead and paint onto our tiles these physics settings. So I'm simply going to paint this onto all the different.
Okay, so now all these should be physics layers. Yes.
Solid tiles. And if you make a mistake and want to remove a tile, we go here, select clear, and now we can paint with no physics, or we can go back to the default tile shape, which is the entire tile, and paint with that, or simply hit F. Go to paint here, and the property that we want to paint is the physics layer 0 we just created. And now we can actually go ahead and paint.
Did the camera just die? No. Okay.
Onto our tiles these physics settings. So I'm simply going to paint this onto all the different solid tiles. And if you make a mistake and want to remove a tile, we go here.
Go here.
Select
Clear. Okay, C.
clear. And now we can paint with no physics.
Alright. Understood.
Or we can go back to the default tile shape, which is the.
Okay. Easy enough, it seems.
Entire tile and paint with that, or simply hit F to do that. So C and F are the shortcuts here. Now there are also some tiles that we do want physics on, but where we need the collider to only be on part of the tile, such as our bridge here. So if I zoom in on our bridge, we can see that if I just paint physics onto these, it doesn't look right. Instead we need to go in and only paint a partial collider. So over here on the
partial
left,
collider.
we can actually modify these colliders to.
Wait, that's cool. So we select this, and then we do pull this down and pull this up, maybe.
exactly suit our needs. We can even add and remove points by clicking and right-clicking. But in
Add and remove. Okay, okay, okay. If we want to shape it otherwise, we can add a point. Okay. Yeah, for
this case,
sure.
4 points will do just fine, and that's a good shape for our collider. Then we can paint these onto the 3
Okay. Boom, boom, boom. Nice.
different tiles.
And then we
for
do.
the next one here, we can
Okay, we go like this, and then we go like say these. Boom. That should be good, right? Pretty much. Boom, boom, boom. Can we flip this maybe?
figure it. This slants up a bit. I'm going to paint that on as well. And then for the final one here, let's go ahead and make that.
No, okay, it's manual. Boop, boop, boop. Nice! Yeah, this seems kinda intuitive, I gotta say.
In the opposite direction. And here you actually want to be pretty precise whenever you have an overlap of the colliders here. I think that looks pretty good. This helps avoid that our character gets stuck. I'm also going to take the tile map and drag it to the very top so that we can always find it. And now when we play, we are indeed colliding with our environment. Awesome. Now we probably want our camera to follow the player.
Yes, okay. Oh, let's get in here. And we play. Look at that. Doggo moves. Doggo died. Poor fucking dog. Ain't easy being my
because he's
game
currently just
avatar.
running off the screen. So I'm going to make some room here. I'm going to take the camera 2D and simply drag it under the player.
Okay, so I'm noding this to the player now. Or nesting it to, right? So I drag this to... So. Is that the only thing I need to do? Yeah, okay. Cool. Wee. Oh, look at this doggo. He's a beaut, ain't he?
Making it a child of the player means that it will just automatically follow the player node.
Okay.
I'm also going to make sure that the camera is still positioned right on top of the player. And we can even turn on position smoothing to really smooth out our camera follow. So I'm going to enable position smoothing on the camera with a default speed of 5 pixels. And now when we play, as you can see, our camera smoothly follows our player. Awesome. So now we have a first draft of our game world. But so far, everything is stuck to the grid. Let's start adding some dynamic and moving elements, such as platforms.
Okay.
Platforms, some that move and some that don't.
Right.
So whenever we are creating a new element,
the moonwalk.
We begin by making a new scene. And for the root node here, I'm going to hit add and search for the animatable body 2D. This is a physics body that we use whenever we want to animate a node and still have it collide.
It's making a new scene now, okay. Plus. Still gonna be a 2D C, or do I just do like animatable body 2D? Create.
Properly with other nodes in its path, which is perfect for moving platforms that should still collide properly with our player.
Okay.
So let's hit create and let's add some graphics. So Control A, we'll search for sprite and select the sprite 2D. And now we can drag in the texture we want. So let's go under our assets, sprites, and drag in the platforms.png.
Okay. Okay, okay. Good, good. Now we get this over
Let's hit
here.
F
Okay.
and zoom in. And as you can see, this is also a sprite sheet and it's currently just displaying all of them. So let's go in and define exactly which one we want to show. We can do this under region.
Region. That does not. Region on. Boom. Hello, why did you... Where's my tile set? It's gone. What happened?
Enabled and hit edit region. And so we can kind of
Oh,
crop
okay,
out the
okay, okay, okay. Never mind. Region on. Edit region. And then you crop out whatever it is we want. Let's grab this big boy, big chunker. There we go. Now, okay.
element that we want to show. I'm going to change the snap mode here to pixel snap, and I'm just going to
That's nice.
go for a default grass platform. That looks good. And now when we close it, we can see our sprite perfectly cropped out.
Hopefully. Ha!
Again, we have the warning here, so let's go ahead and add a collision shape 2D. For the shape, I'm going to add a rectangle shape. And now
Okay, yep. Needs a collision shape. Then we just match. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. And there we go. Okay, perfect. Nicely done.
we can simply click and drag this to configure.
Pat on head.
Then let's rename our top node here to platform.
Yeah, that's smart. And this is gonna go into scene, right? Yes.
Save the scene, so Control S. In our scenes folder, hit save. We've actually created our platform. So in our game scene, we can drag it in, go under scenes, find the platform.
We go to the game scene. Go into scenes, so we find the platform and we drag it in. Just like that. Cool, cool, cool. Boop.
Drag it into wherever we'd like. And let's hit play. And as you can see, it worked.
Alright. Does it mine work right off the bat as well? Of course it doesn't. It's here. Doggo died. But it's invisible. Why are you invisible?
When we close it, we can see our sprite perfectly cropped out. Again, we have the warning here, so let's go ahead and add a collision shape 2D. For the shape, I'm going to add a rectangle shape, and now we can simply click and drag this to configure it. Then let's rename our top node here to platform and save the scene. So control.
It is in the scene though. I can see it over there. It should be. Why are you invisible? His physics material is empty as well. Why is this not invisible? Did I fuck something up when I did the other one? I assume so. Alright, one works. I guess we did something weird on this one. No? Yes. Maybe I set it under player. See, that's true. Secret elevator.
Control S. In our scenes folder, hit save. We've actually created our platform. So
Okay.
in our game scene, we can drag it in, go under scenes, find the platform, drag it into wherever we'd like, and let's hit play. And as you can see, it works.
Yay.
However, one problem right now is that we can't actually jump onto the platform from underneath. To fix this, we turn it into a one-way platform. So in our platform scene, let's select
Platform scene. Collision shape.
our collision shape and enable one-way collision.
One-way collision. On.
And now when we play, we can jump onto platforms from underneath.
Okay. Yay. That's easy enough.
However, the player is currently passing behind the platform.
Okay.
This is because the platform is currently after the player in the tree. This means that each frame, the player is drawn first, and then the platform is drawn on top. We could just move the player in the tree, but I don't want to depend on that.
No,
Instead,
thank
we
you.
fix the draw order by changing the z-index of the player. So in our player scene, we go under ordering and set the z-index to something higher like 5. By default, all visible nodes have a z-index of 0.
Okay. Player. Is that under ordering? Yeah, C index. Let's go same as he did. 5.
Because they all have the same index, they are drawn according to their order in the tree. So by setting the z-index to a higher value, like 5, we ensure that our player will always appear on top. And now if we play, we can see that
Did that really work? No, he's still going behind it. Let's go back here. See. Okay, never mind. It just didn't update properly. And that's my fault. That's because I don't shut this off properly, I guess.
our player passes in front of the platform. So our platform is working, but it's currently just hovering there. You
Yep.
might want some platforms to move around to increase difficulty.
Yes.
So let's use animation to do that.
Okay.
I'm going to leave this platform here as kind of a static platform. I'm just going to place it there. Then I'm going to place another platform over here by simply dragging it in. This is the platform that I would like to move back and forth.
Okay. We can place a moving platform here, I guess. Platform. Boom.
In fact, let me just go into the tile map and make this gap even larger. There we go.
Sure. That's probably a good idea. Let's do the same thing. He was so quick though. He like, yes, let's go into the tile map. And I was like, where's the tile map? Tile map. Select. That's a bit much. Now we're selecting the platform. There we go. Alright. And now we head back into platform. This is platform 1. This is platform 2. Okay.
So to add animation to this platform only, we simply select it, add a new node, and we want to use an animation player. That's it.
Okay. Add a new node. Animation player. Create.
Create. And now we can add a new animation, and let's name that move. Animation players in Godot are extremely powerful because they allow us to animate pretty much anything. In this case, we just want to do something really simple. We want to go to our platform and make a keyframe under transform for the position. So I'll hit the key right here and hit create. Then we
Position. I'm in the he's in the platform run. He's in the transform.
we can go forward in our timeline here to say 1 second.
What? Nope. We're going back.
Let me just go into the tile map and make this gap even larger. There we go. So to add animation to this platform only, we simply select it, add a new node, and we want to use an animation player. Let's hit create. And now we can add a new animation.
Okay. Animation new. This, he didn't rename this. That's what you get for not watching the video.
And let's name that move. Animation players in Godot are extremely powerful because they allow us to animate pretty much anything. In this case, we just want to do something really simple. We want to go to our platform and make
Go to the
a
platform.
keyframe under transform for the position. So I'll hit.
Okay. Is this key? Boop. Okay.
The key right here and hit create.
Okay. He has created it like this. All right.
Then we can go forward in our timeline here to say 1 second, move our platform to the right. So I'm going to click and drag. I'm also going to hold down shift to kind of snap it to one axis.
Go forward in our timeline to 1 second. Boop. And then we shift drag. Shift drag this over here.
Let's move it to there, and let's add another keyframe.
Add another keyframe.
And now we can see that if we play, the animation plays. We also want...
Does it? Yes, it does. Perfect. Okay. I see. So you set positions and then you let the engine handle the movement pretty much. It's very neat.
This to loop, so I'm going to select loop here. However, this is going to loop in a way that it snaps back to the original keyframe. Instead, let's press it again.
Where was the damn loop button? Is this animation looping? Yes. Okay, easy enough. Does this work in here now? No. Do I need to reset the game once more? There's probably something I'm doing that's stupid. I would assume as much. Ah. This is why I am the noob. That's probably fucking true. Ha! You were correct. Yay! It fucking... Ah! And dog died again.
And now you can see that it's going to start ping-ponging back and forth. If this is currently too fast, we can simply increase the length of our animation. So here's the length. Let's set it to 1.5 instead. And
wait. That's this one. This is that one. Okay. 1.5. Oh, no, it's a dot. I need a dot. 1.5. Dog! 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 How old is your kid?
drag our last
All
keyframe
right.
to the end.
Enjoy the bath times. It's just... You're gonna miss them when they're grown. Have a great one, man, and thank you for all your help. It's been very appreciated.
And there we go. We now have a moving platform. Let's just make sure that we set it to autoplay. And now when we play the game and go to the place where we made our platform, we can see that it's moving back and forth. And if we jump onto it, the player will smoothly follow it. Really cool. And there's already so much you can do with this.
Yes.
Next up, pickups. Now let's add a coin that we can pick up. Again, we
Wait. We are not gonna do that. We're gonna create another platform. I'm gonna add a animation player. We're gonna add a new animation, and that's gonna be move. We're gonna set a keyframe. Where did I set? Okay, where's? Let's see if we can fucking figure out exactly where I did this. Was it transform? It's not static body. Okay, let's go and look here. On this platform. It's in transform. We're going to transform. We set a keyframe. Boom. Create. We move this platform up here somewhere, like so. There is good. We drag the timer to like, to over here. And then we set another keyframe. Boo. And then this should... No, it didn't. Okay. Why? Why? We delete this position. Boop. Drag this back. Go into platform. We set a keyframe. Boom. Create. We drag this. No, maybe I need to do this first. That's fucking good enough. We drag this and we create... Oh no, it reset back. I see. Okay, so we drag this and then we move this. And then we set another keyframe. Boom. Yes. And we back and forth loop. So good. Then we make this slower to 2.0. It waits a bit on top. Lets you get off. Okay, now we try it out. And it doesn't move. Oh, of course. Because I did not do something. Because I didn't auto on loop. We're figuring out shit out slowly. We need to go here and we need to autoplay on load. It works. It works. Doggo has completed a level. Very, very nice. I need to move the tail a bit up and down in the animation later.
By creating a new scene, let's create a new node, and let's this time search for area 2D. This is a type of node that we use whenever we don't want to collide with other objects, but instead we just want to define an area in which we can detect collisions. So we simply use this to detect if another body enters, such as the player character. Let's create an area 2D. Let's also add some graphics, so Control A.
Okay. We're going into new shit now. I am needing a mind break, so we're gonna animate something instead in the meanwhile. Just take a break. We're gonna make a real idle animation, I think. This is probably the better one. Let's copy this. New frame. Delete. We add this boy, and then we do a lasso tool. And then we just do a upside down bob. And this is a low point, right? No, this is a low point, so this is a high point. Okay, so this needs to go down. Boom. And then we do tail. Boom. That should work as an idle animation. So he just goes do. It's gonna go from this to this. Alright, perfect. In my walking animation, I'm gonna add a tail wag to... That's the original frame. I want that one. So I'm gonna add a tail wag to this. So we kinda go delete here. Boom, 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 boom. Want this color, boom. There we go. Dun, dun, dun. That should be enough of a tail wag, I think. That should be fine. Okay. Let's create a new frame. New empty frame. Onion skin. Can you rotate these easily? Rotate, move, tool. There we go. This should be good. Delete. Remove leg, remove leg, remove leg, remove this. This is good. Remove this. Boom, boom, boom. We make a like a doggo. Yeah, that's probably good. Now the question is, will it look better if we hint that there's a leg behind here? I think so. And then we do a little bit of this. No, looks cross-legged. We go done, done. That's good. That's good. Now we have a jumping animation at least. Okay. Create a new frame. We copy this. We swirl it around. Right. It's kind of blurred. Kind of want to go like so. Maybe we have to redraw this. No. No, we don't. Let's just find the optimal nose behavior. And that would be like this. This looks good. All right. We first of all, we unselect. We nope, that's not. That was selection. Lasso. Go boom, dun. Select head. Rotate this upwards. Dun. Place it over here. That's like so. How do we undo selections like that? All right. Remove leggies. Like so. That's good. And then the back leg has this color. we're gonna go back leg like right here. Fucking love drawing pixel art. Yes, you have to get very creative with the limitations you have. This needs to go, and then we do a tail tuck. Boom, boom. So we go like dum, dum, dum for balance. And then we go boom. I need to learn the shortcuts for these. Boom, boom, boom. That's pretty good. He's a bit more tucked, so it's okay if he's shorter in this frame. Doom, doom, doom. Alright, let's check it out. Off with onion skin. We have other side. Turning. Walking. Walking. We have the idle animation. Boom, boom. That's not the idle animation though, but the idle animation is from this one here to this one here. We have the idle animation. That's not true either. This one to this one. Yes, this one. We have the idle animation. Doon, doon, doon. Dog is dipping. Dog is leaping. Dog is landing. Perfect. Sport as a sprite sheet. Dog player. Update. No, that's fine. I wonder what pact is. No, pact is nice. Perfect. Pact is very good. This is what we're going to use. And we export that. Save it as... Let's make a new folder. Player. There we go. Alright, can we import this? This is good. Fixing the doggo animation now might be smart. Then I also learn how to import shit. So sprites. Okay, yeah. Never fucking mind. Did I not save this as an PNG? I'm stupid. Okay. Yes. This is gonna fuck shit up, I guess. But it's gonna be fine. This will teach us how to go back and fix this again. So we're going to player node. Animation sprite. Look at this. These are the animations. We select the add frames from a sprite sheet. We open Doggo. We can auto slice. Perfect. This is not good, but it's gonna have to do it for now. And then we, let's see, this and this. Add. Remove these. He's panting heavily. Let's up the frame duration. Still breathing too heavy. 10. 15. That's good enough. All right. That's too much. Let's lower that duration a tad. Let's do 12. Better. I think we'll stick with that for now. Should add like an in-between frame, maybe, so it goes dun 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 dun. Okay. Now we're ready. Now that we fixed that, let's go back to Sabraki Vejo.
Search for it.
Now we're going to create a new scene. Okay. Plop.
Next up, pickups. Now let's add a coin that we can pick up. Again, we start by creating a new scene. Let's create a new node, and let's this time search for area 2D.
Okay, so area 2D is something that I can collide with. See?
This is a type of node that we use whenever we don't want to collide with other objects, but instead we just want to define an area in which we can detect
collisions. It doesn't collide,
so we use this to detect if another body enters, such as the player character.
Detection
Let's create
node.
an area 2D. Let's also add some graphics, so Control A, search for sprite.
Okay, now we add the sprite. Great. We add the coin, I guess. That's not correct. Let's not overdo ourselves. Delete the node. Sprite 2D. Create.
And we'll select the animated sprite under
Oh.
animation. Let's add some new sprite frames. selected. And let's load in from a sprite sheet here.
Now we just need to drag the coin. Boom.
I'm going to use the coin.png. Zoom in.
Wait, so if you single click, good to know. No. Why?
In Area 2D, let's also add some graphics. So Control A, search for sprite, and we'll select the animated sprite. Under animation, let's add some new sprite frames.
Yes.
Selected, and let's load in from a sprite sheet.
Oh, you have to load it in. Okay. Like this. Can auto slice these. Nice. That function is so
I'm
good.
going to use the coin.png. Zoom in on this. And this only has one grid cell on the vertical, and horizontally it has 12. And now we can click from left to right or simply click and drag.
Okay, click and drag. Add 12 frames. Bloop. And this should spin a rune if we zoom in here then. It does spin a Rooney. Nice.
And add the frames. Let's hit F and zoom in. Set the FPS to 10 and hit play.
All right. Easy
and
enough.
That's our coin animation. Let's make sure that this auto plays. And just like a normal physics body, an Area 2D also needs a collision shape. So let's add a collision shape 2D. And then for the shape, let's just choose a circle shape. Decrease the radius a bit. And that's actually all we need. So let's select our area and rename it to coin. And save the scene. And now we can simply drag it into our game. So under scenes, I'll take the coin and place it around the level. You can always use Control D to do.
Me misclicking everything. And this is already under scene, so that's good. Boop. Head into game. Head into scenes and coins, and we just place coin. Does he just copy
duplicate.
it?
And now if we play,
Okay, he does. That came. I probably don't want them to tree, so. This shouldn't be underneath the platform. Should be underneath the main node, right? Let's go like so, and then we drag in the coin. Boom. That's better. How did he duplicate though?
shape, decrease the radius a bit. And that's actually all we need. So let's select our area and rename it to coin and save the scene. And now we can simply drag it into our game. So under scenes, I'll take the coin and place it around the level. You can always use Control D to duplicate.
Okay, Control D. That's probably good enough. Let's see. Yes, spinny coins. Alright, we have the spinny coins. Now we need to make them disappear when they get picked up, I guess.
And now if we play, we can see that the coin is here, but nothing happens if we enter the area. So it's time to make our first script. So in our coin scene, we select the coin node and hit add script. This time for the template, let's just choose the default template and
Okay. Default, yeah.
for the path, let's make sure that this goes under the scripts folder.
This is gonna be me being stupid a lot of times, I think.
I'll create, and
Great.
this is what it looks like when we create a default script in Godot. We can see that we've created the script on an Area 2D node, and that it's automatically made two functions for us that we often use: ready and process.
Okay.
Currently, both of them only have the pass keyword, which means do nothing. So this script, if we run it, will do absolutely nothing.
Okay.
Now, the ready function is called right when our node enters the scene tree, which
Yep.
is just at the start of the game.
Okay.
So we can put code here that we want to happen immediately. Let's
Okay.
try it out by printing a quick message to see if it's working. So I'm going to write print, then in parentheses and quotes, I'm going to put I'm a coin.
Okay. He removed the pass. Okay. Okay. I'm a coin. Dot. So if I save this and play, does when I touch a coin say I'm a coin somewhere? Yes, look, it's printing down in the debug over here. Alright, good.
And if we play now, the print doesn't do anything in our game, but it does show our message, I'm a coin, in the output window. This is also referred to as the console and is where we see
It's a
messages
console.
such as prints and errors. However, you might also notice that the message displays multiple times. That's because we currently have multiple coins around our game, and the script runs for each and every one.
Okay.
So since we have 5 coins, it displays I'm a coin 5 times. But we don't want anything to happen when we start the game. So I'm actually just going to remove these two functions.
Okay.
Instead, we only want to do something once our player enters the coin area. And for this, we use a signal. Signals allow us to trigger code based on events that happen in our game. Godot has many built-in signals we can use. If we select our Area 2D node and go to the Node tab, we can see all the signals on this node.
Wait. I do not have this. No, there. Okay, I have signals here instead of node. Okay.
We want to use the body entered signal, which
Okay.
is triggered whenever a physics body enters the area. Since our player has a character body 2D node, this is going to trigger the signal.
Okay.
So to connect it, we simply double click it and hit connect.
Okay.
As you can see, this creates a new function in our script called onBodyEntered with a green arrow that shows that this is triggered by a signal. So let's here try writing a print function that says something like +1 coin. Now when we play and
Okie dokie. I'll save this and we play. And now... Wait, what? Well, I fucked something up, right? Okay, we're back to it working. That's good. Coin. Connect. Print. Sure, 1 coin plus. Wait, what? Is this the old one? No. Okay. It's a function. It does say the exact same things. It doesn't have the green shit though. Why? Why is this TSN here? It should be in here. Because I'm playing. Okay. Should we delete the script and redo? I don't know. I don't remember. But it shouldn't really matter if I tab the indentation, I think. Since it still just reads the line, it doesn't read the space. That's just for clarity. I assume. Alright. I'm redoing it, so we'll see what happens. Coin GD line 7. Alright. This is where I'm gonna get stuck, methinks. At least for a while, but getting stuck is good though. I need to learn to fucking turn the game off. We're here now. Perfect. Perfect. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't understand that yet, but sure.
I'm
Okay.
a coin in the output window. This is also referred to as the console and is where we see messages such as prints and errors. However, you might also notice that the message displays multiple times. That's because we currently have multiple coins around our game, and the script runs for each and every one. So since we have 5 coins, it displays I'm a coin 5 times. But we don't want anything to happen when we start the game. So I'm actually just going to remove these 2 functions.
Okay, let's remove these functions then. Boom. Save. Still runs. Good.
Instead, we only want to do something once our player enters the coin area. And for this, we use a signal. Signals allow us to trigger code based on events that happen in our game. Godot has many built-in signals we can use. If we select our Area 2D node and go to the Node tab,
We don't have a node tab, but we have a signals tab. I'm assuming I'm using a newer version. Nice, thank you.
we can see all the signals on this node. We want to use the body entered signal, which is triggered whenever a physics body enters the area.
The
Since
body
our
enter
player
signal.
has a character body 2D node, this is going to trigger the signal. So to connect it, we simply double click it and hit connect.
Okay. Signal body enters is already connected to giving callable area to the coin on body entered in that. What? Where is it connected though? But this is just the this is the child. This just should connect to a node, right? What happens if I delete this? Does the error disappear? No, because it's still connected somehow. How? Why? Did I remove the signal or just by deleting it? Or did I not? Okay, the error is gone. Okay. So now I'm marking the node. And then I hit this. Or because this is correct, right? Okay. Let's do this again. Alright, I think everything seems to be in order. It's on coin. It's area 2D. It's this one. And now when I connect, now we get the green one, which he does get too. Alright, yes, okay. Okay,
As
that's
you can
good.
see, this creates a new function in our script called onBodyEntered.
Okay. Whoop. Print not found in base self. Do I have to? No. Oh, okay. Perfect. Okay. Me being stupid and making capital letters is what fucked it up, I see. Thank you. That depends on what code though. Old HTML code used to ignore capitals altogether. And that's what I'm used to.
With a green arrow that shows that this is triggered by a signal. So let's here try writing a print function that says something like +1 coin. Now when we play and enter the coin area, it's going to print +1 coin. However, this message will actually display no matter which body enters the area. If we take one of these coins here and put it in the way of a moving platform, for example, this will also trigger the message.
Okay.
So now right when we play, we can see that it starts displaying the message, and will do so every time the platform passes through the area.
That's
To
good
change
to
this,
know.
we can either use code to check what body enters the area, or we can simply put our player on a separate physics layer. Let's try that out. So under our player, we'll go to the inspector, go to collision,
No. Collision.
and here we can change the physics layer from layer 1 to 2.
Okay. Let's do so.
Let's hit Ctrl S to save, and then in our coin, we can also go under collision. We can actually have the coin itself stay on layer 1. We don't need a separate layer for that yet, but we want to make sure that it only detects colliders in layer 2. For this,
All right.
we use the mask. The mask defines what layers a node collides with. So let's set that to layer 2.
So the mask is what collides, right?
Because that's the layer that our player is on. That should actually do it. Now our coin will only detect collisions from our player.
Okay.
And instead of just displaying a message, let's also remove the coin from our scene when we pick it up. So in our script, after printing one coin, let's add a new line. We'll call the queue_free function, which is
Okay.
simply going to remove the entire coin scene from our game.
All
and
right.
indeed it does. And our knight can now start gathering some coin.
Wait. That was it actually that simple? Oh, it was that simple. Nice. So now we need to add like a counter, I would assume. Doggo dead.
Now, depending on what type of loot we pick up, we want different things to happen. In this case, I want to display a score that increases when we pick up a coin.
Okay.
But we'll look at that when we get to text. First, I think something a bit more pressing is dying and restarting our game.
Okay.
Dying 1.0. So we happily move along in our world until suddenly we miss a jump and fall into the abyss.
Yep.
And then nothing happens. Let's change that. The first thing we want to do is limit our camera so that it
Okay.
doesn't follow our player when we fall down.
Yep.
Luckily, this is really easy to do. We simply select our camera.
This is annoying. I would like them to be collapsible. Camera.
Under the player, go under limit, and here we can set a position limit for the left, top, right, and bottom part of our camera.
Okay.
In our case, we need to set a limit for the bottom position. To do this, we can use the ruler tool here at the top, or simply press R.
Ruler tool.
And measure from this baseline here to where we would like the limit of our camera to be.
Okay. That's cool. So 119 pixels. So bottom 100 pixels maybe. Let's try.
I think a good value would be somewhere around, say, 120. So I'll simply go back to select mode and put
And we go bottom. Let's do 120 as he does.
in 120 pixels on the bottom. I'm also going to enable smoothing, and now when we play, we can see that our camera will follow the player, but whenever we fall off, it's simply going to stay.
Okay. Yay! It worked.
Put. Next, we need to detect that our player has entered a dangerous area and restart the game. In other words, we need to create a kill zone. I'll
Okay.
show you a really cool way to do this that allows us to reuse the same kill zone for more than just falling off the map, such as for spike traps, enemies, all kinds of elements of danger. And when we want to create a reusable element, we start by making a scene. Then
Okay.
to detect if we enter an area, we again use the area 2D node. And let's make sure to set the collision mask here to 2. We only want to check for the player, which is on layer 2. And we want
Chill, Bracky.
add a collision shape here. That's because we want to be able to reuse this for all kinds of elements that might have different shapes.
Okay.
Instead, let's simply go ahead and rename this now to kill zone. And save it as a new scene.
And this is scenes. Oh, be right back. I need to refill my coffee and get some food because I'm hungry as hell. Be right back. Need to bring my damn coffee cup too. Yeah. Managed to spill coffee over myself. Very nice. Should we watch something in the meanwhile while I eat?
He just continued to make videos on me because he makes money off of making videos.
Who is this stupid
on me.
fuck?
Slandering you and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But him we're taking care of a little bit differently.
Oh yeah, it's the stupid
Sounds
dude.
Scary. Scary. What do you mean?
There's a woman the other day, she cried, she panicked when she saw me. He made those videos about me being some... Women have been messaging me asking, where was I the night you were...
Caffeinated baiting for
You know
sure.
what? That's fine. If that's what they want to call me, You don't want to accept me.
Oh,
as
we
the
have a
hero?
Pip in
No
Pip.
problem. I'll come back as the fucking villain. But you're gonna have me one way or another. I'm not leaving. Either way, you're gonna get it. I'm coming for everybody. I'll be honest with you. Every woman
That's
that
the
I've
wrong
ever
one.
met, I
Where the
never
fuck
had
did
that
I put the
problem
Pip?
Of doesn't want to be with me.
Which one?
I didn't lie. I don't believe in lying. Lying
That's
is
140.
I don't fear nobody. Oh, me too. I also got. You know what, honey? I also got. I did. I got. I still get. Everywhere I go, I own the youth. They see me. They go crazy.
Let's say if Emil has done something cool instead.
50% of the
Yeah, fuck you.
competition in
That's
Cali
not
is to
happening.
show off upper body.
Nice. Oh yeah. I'm not gonna take off my shirt.
Let's watch
Not
men.
gonna happen. This is Simon, a total noob
Thank you for the great introduction.
in climbing. That is.
44? Yeah. Thank you.
In Cali, though, he's a heavyweight champion of the world. He may weigh 92 kilos, but he moves like a feather.
Whoa.
He is arguably the strongest human on earth.
That is fucked up.
Of like being functional and
A one-handed front lever.
I climbed like less than 10 times in my entire life. So everything now is basically gonna be pure conversion from calisthenics. So interesting to see.
Wow. With someone as strong as Simon, it's not so easy to know where to start.
3+.
We kept it simple and started at the bottom.
That's interesting. You can immediately tell he is a powerhouse. For instance, you start off with your left foot on this one, which as a climber is definitely not the right way, but you just immediately have so much power in your arms that it doesn't matter,
Yeah.
right? But to be as efficient as possible, you'd want to sink down and go like this.
Nice.
Alright, come on.
As expected, Simon powered through the first two grades,
Beast.
using nothing but his arms.
Alright. Like if you didn't have your shoes on, you just camped it, I don't think it would make a huge difference.
Everyone would power through
We'll
this.
get to some boulders
Even
later. They will make it.
Kimaro.
Alright, boss. We are in your arena.
Yes.
I'll be the normal human in this scenario. I'm gonna try the same thing. That'll be fun.
So we're gonna try just tons of different things. Categories, push, pull, and then we see your level. And then I'm gonna show sort of the harder level in that category, and we can see the contrast.
I know. I saw you do. Was it a
I told you.
100 kg added dips
115
that you've done added?
added. So I had 150 kg, one dip.
Okay. I think I can do maybe added 30. Holy shit. Okay, let's dive into it. I'm so psyched.
I had one session to build enough skills to unlock a freestyle combo.
Maybe
Imagine
try
all
weighted
competitions,
dips
it's
today
about
then.
Building a combo.
Because later,
I think I
was
can add
the
10
champion.
kilos maybe.
See. Everyone's ready when you are.
Okay, I'll start the show.
Nice.
I think it's gonna be a big step up.
I'd found the first real challenge for Simon. A 6A plus on steep terrain.
It's gonna require a lot of power and a lot of technique. You definitely have the power. We'll see about the technique. Yeah, come on. The thing is, he's so strong that it's like he is gonna make it through a lot of the moves. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets wiped out at the end. Come on. Yeah, come on.
His food was better today. Sucked yesterday.
Yes, let's go.
Just had to set for an entire day, I guess.
Okay, I think you might actually have this one.
Alright.
Come on,
That looks like a kind of fun climb.
come on.
Made
Come on.
minced meat sauce with some leftover
I mean, okay. Dude, seriously.
vegan sausage that I had lying around. We have a vegan in the climbing group, so
Yeah.
But you do use
I
your
bought
strengths
some when
really well
we
so far.
Nice.
You are powering out a lot. You're using your feet
had
better.
the
That's a skill that comes with
climbing
You can't
um,
say, oh, use your feet better. I think we just need to make the holes slightly
climbing
worse
the new
because you
wall
have-
party
What is it? You can do
or
like
whatever you
yeah, you can do like 100
call it.
kilogram pull up,
Chin
right?
up.
Okay, that's good enough for this. Back to programming. Let's get our pip back. We saved the scene. We called it kill
Then
zone.
in our game scene, we can add it by dragging it in or simply pressing the link button here and selecting the kill zone. And then in here,
Wait, what?
and save it as a new scene. Then in our game scene, we can
Yeah, we drag it in, right?
add it by dragging it in or simply pressing the link button here.
Okay. So we can link, we can do kill zone. It's not gonna be on our fucking camera though. It's gonna be on the game node. Lurk on, brother.
And selecting the kill zone. And then in here, we'll add the collision shape. So I'm gonna hit Control A, collision shape. And for the shape, we'll use the same world boundary shape that we used earlier here for the ground. Now let's
Okay. Collision shape. And we're gonna use the world boundary. And we just place it somewhere? I guess.
let's make sure to select the kill zone node itself.
If
go
I
into
remember,
Move
I'll bring
and
it.
use the move tool to position it down here at the bottom. I'm gonna place it pretty far down so we're sure we don't hit this by accident. Or I mean, we're gonna be hitting it by accident, so let's make sure we don't hit it on purpose. Or I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna place it down here a good bit away from our level. And now we can add a script to make something happen when we enter the area.
Okay.
So in our kill zone, let's select it, add a new script. For the template here, I'm just gonna select empty, and the path, let's put it under the scripts folder. And now we have this
Wait.
empty script to play
Chill. Thank you.
with it on purpose. Or I mean, I don't know. Anyways, I'm gonna place it down here a good bit away from our level. And now we can add a script to make something happen when we enter the area. So in our kill zone, let's select it, add a new script. For the template here, I'm just gonna select empty.
Okay.
And
And then we
the
create.
path, let's put it under the scripts
Yep. This organizing shit is something I really need to get
folder.
into
And now we
doing.
have this empty script to play with. I'm gonna
Okay, we have the extend area 2D. Yep.
connect a signal. So go node. Make sure we have the kill zone node selected.
Killzone node is selected. We go into signals.
And again, we'll use the body entered signal. So let's double click
Okay.
it, hit connect, and it's
Body entered. Connect. Okay. What's this error? Okay, it doesn't have a... Did I not add a collision to it? No, he didn't either. Never mind.
going to create a new function on body entered, in which case we can go ahead and print that you died.
Right, let's do that.
And now if we play and jump down, it's going to print that we
Perfect, that's it. Yes, alright, it works. Nice.
died. Now, instead of immediately restarting the game, let's add a small delay. We do this using another node called the timer node. So let's add a new node. search for timer, and under the inspector here, we can choose some different things about it. Let's set the wait time to something like 0.6 seconds. Let's also make it a one shot to make sure that it doesn't loop. We can then start this timer in our code. To do that,
Okay. Timer. Inspector. 1 second is good. One shot. Ignore timescale. Okay. And not auto start.
however, we first need a reference to it. Luckily, that's as simple as going to the top of our code, clicking and dragging the timer node, and holding down Control while releasing.
Oh, so now it did a oh. Why didn't I get the full thing? On ready variable timer är lik med timer. Why?
This creates a variable called timer.
Why didn't it create a variable for me? Or have they optimized the code maybe? Hold control on ready variable. They have optimized the code. Okay.
That automatically finds the node using this path. Now, if you haven't worked with paths before, they are actually quite simple. They specify a way to get from one node to another in the tree. So if we look at this example tree, to get from the game node to the camera, the path looks like this. It goes through the player and ends with the camera.
Okay.
And in our case, where we just want to get from the kill zone to the timer right underneath, we don't have to go through any other nodes, so the path is simply timer.
Okay.
Again, right now we're brushing over concepts such as variables and functions pretty briefly, but you can learn more about programming and what all this really means in our upcoming video on GDScript. For now,
Will
just
do.
know that using this click and drag method, we can now access our timer node using the name timer. So to start our timer, we make a new line and write timer dot start. Of course, we now need to trigger some code when our timer runs out. And again, we can use a signal for this. So with our timer node selected, let's go under node, and here's the timeout signal. So let's double click that and hit connect. And
Under timer.
using this click and drag method, we can now access our timer node using the name timer. So to start our timer, we make a new line and write timer dot start. Of course, we now need to trigger some code when our timer runs out. And again, we can use a signal for this. So with our timer node selected, let's go under node, and here's the timeout signal. So let's
That's gonna be an issue. Where is that now then? Because I can't click these. Never mind. I'm stupid. Timeout. Double click it.
double click that.
Connect to the kill zone. Now we got another function. Okay.
And hit connect. And this creates a new function called onTimerTimeout that runs when the timer ends. And then in here, we can simply restart our game. To do this, we first access the scene tree, so get tree, and tell it to reload, so reload current scene.
Okay. Get tree. Dot reload current scene.
So our player enters the kill zone and triggers the onBodyEntered function. This prints a message that we died and starts the timer. When the timer runs out, it triggers the on-timer timeout function, which then reloads our scene and restarts the game.
Okay. So save. God damn it. So save. And we jump off. It does indeed. Perfect. Nice. Okay. Good.
And indeed, when we play and jump off the map, we fall down and the scene restarts. Great! It's an infinite loop. Help me! I'm stuck! World Building 2.0. Let's expand on our game world a bit now that we have more elements to work with. First of all, I want to make sure that we stay organized. So let's take some of these nodes and categorize them.
Yes,
The easiest
please.
way to do this is by simply adding a new node. For this one, I'm just going to select the base node here, hit create. And now we can rename this. I'll make one for, say, coins. And simply take all of the coins and drag them under that.
Nice. Thank you. Game. Base node. Ugh. No. No. There we go. Select my coins. Okay, perfect. Now we're done. Okay.
That node. We can do the same thing for platforms and any other elements that
This is a good idea. It already had one. I guess I can... No, it does not. That's just a random platform. Never mind. Why? Oh, because this is selected at the same time. Can't move shit into a selected object. Of course.
are cluttering up your scene. Now
Thank
I'm going to paint in a bit more level and change the things that I don't like.
Okay, I guess we're painting in some more level too then. Now we also have to remember where the where I did that. God damn it. Learning is hard. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you. Learning new programs. God damn it. It's not easy being green. Make another floaty boy here. I bet that's kind of why I decided on Godot as well, because it felt like the more accessible option. Yeah, for sure. Let's loop this around. Make a little hill. Oh, selected everything. Perfect. Let's make a little platform here. Boom. Boom, boom. Alright, I'm generally happy with this. Maybe we should actually... probably can't jump this far. Maybe we should actually add some trees and stuff too. Oops. Oh, that's cool. I feel like what I want to do in the end is make a simple Metroidvania, like Metroid 1 basically. Have some power-ups and some power-up progression like classic Metroid style. Then I feel like creating that would be a decent learning experience. Should be hard, but I think I can use all of these basics and then just expand on my on my knowledge slowly.
And I'll put in some more gameplay elements. I'll also paint in some background tiles. But to do
Okay,
this, we need
background
to add
tiles.
another layer to our tile map. So not under our tile set, but under the tile map itself, we have this layers. And this is the one we've been painting.
Okay. Under the tile map itself, we have layers. Do we? Under the tile set? Now I'm in the tile map. Under this one? Physical, that's physics layers, right? Is that the same thing?
In. Let's just call this mid for
Precisely. Like simple mechanics. A fun gameplay loop. Where dog controls good. And then just spend a lot of time on world building pretty much. Because I feel that's super important for Yep. Now let's find where he did stuff. Okay, he's painting.
And I'll put in some more gameplay elements. I'll also paint in some background tiles.
He is somewhere in the... Why does mine says tile map layer and his says tile map? We still have this though. Oh yeah, never mind. The tile map was the old one. My daughter is really good at making bit tunes. So I think I have that covered. Luckily. Just make it a father-daughter project. Yeah, right? She's a really good artist too. Honestly. Okay, what was I doing? Under the tiles, and then physics layers. Okay, now we're at the same position.
But to do this, we need to add another layer to our tile map.
How do we do that?
Not under our tile set, but under the tile map itself.
So not under our tiles. God damn it, Bracky. I don't have layers here though. He has node. We have its navigation and layers the same? No. But he's clicking. This is marked, right? Fuck me.
We have this
I don't. So under what? Oh shit. This is good. The tiny might be like a Twitch icon. No, Discord. So if people on Discord are in, it should be. It marks up with the person I'm talking to. Brain resistance is good for learning, so let's find out where this is located. Am I okay? I'm just stupid, I guess. This. Oh, am I? No. Thank you. This is correct at least. I think we're in the. Now we're in the tile map set. Okay. And now we have the. It does not, but now I'm clicking here where he clicked. And then. I mean, I'm gonna solve it in in a while. It's just me, I'm stupid. Every time you use a new program, you feel like an idiot. Nothing is where you expect it to be. Yeah, precisely.
layers. And this is the one we've been painting in. Let's just call this mid for mid-ground and add another one.
But I want to be able to do that. Let's have a while and click around, I guess.
we have this layers.
No, we don't. His tile set is marked. Is it navigation layers?
We have this layers, and this is the one we've been painting in. Let's
No. Maybe. If we had enough, if we can we. Okay. Maybe it's Google time. Oh, thank you. Somebody is asking the exact same things. Tile map player works the same way as tile maps. The difference is that the tile map had layer is included. Meanwhile, the tile map player is the layer itself. This means for every layer you use with the tile map, you now have to use one tile map player node. You need a foreground tile map player node and a background tile map player node. Okay. Issue solved. Very nice. So, we're gonna do this as tile map mid. I agree. I agree. And we get. And then we create a new node, and it's going to be a tile map layer. It says it in the title now that I think about it. And no, I understand why they did this. It's so you can mix and match better, I guess, because the tile map could probably just contain this base tile, but now you can mix and match different tiles. Yes. This is good enough for now. Yeah. Now we'll just, I guess I'll just do like so. That's probably fine. Let's see if it actually shows up. Okay, so now the other tile map does not show up. The fuck? Because this is on front, of course, because it's just there. So either I mask this. How do I set this? Is it visibility? So this is gonna be visibility light mask 2 maybe? And the mid is gonna be, did that just work straight out? No, it didn't. Okay. So do we put, no, this should already be on the correct layer, right? Then that's not it. Okay. I could probably like child node it. How does that work? That works. Canvas okay. Thank you. Where did you spot the canvas? Where did you spot the canvas item ordering? So hard. Under visibility, alright. Ordering. C index, okay. Should I try? This is the mid map. Sure. Okay, I'm gonna move this back here so we get the original. And then I do -1. And we'll see what happens. No, okay. Should we do the background? Oh, of course. -1. No. For fuck's sake, I didn't set it to minus. I'm stupid. -1. There we go. Ah, thank you. Okay, perfect. Much appreciated. Having you here has been amazing for me not getting a headache over this. I'm trying to commit this to memory. There's gonna be a lot of back and forth, but I guess when you finally fucking learn the program, it's gonna be smooth. Okay.
Let's just call this mid for midground and add another one that we can call background. let's move this to the top to make sure that it's drawn first. And now when painting, we need to select the right layer to paint on. So let's select the background, and then we can start painting in some background tiles. A nice trick here is to use the rectangle tool to paint in a lot of tiles at once. And now our game looks a lot better. It has a background and a whole new part of the level that we can explore. And of course, this process is just about trying things out and making changes until you're satisfied.
Yeah, that's
Enemy.
cool.
A
Okay.
proper hero, of course, needs a good enemy. So let's make one. Let's create a new scene.
Okay, now we're making an enemy.
And since this enemy doesn't need to collide with anything, we can just go ahead and use a Node 2D as the base. Let's also add an animated sprite. So I'll search for animated sprite 2D. Let's go to animation, add some new sprite frames, select them, and let's load in from the sprite sheet here.
Okay. So we make a new one. We just need a node. They didn't make a node 2D, by the way.
Satisfied.
Okay.
Enemy. A proper hero, of course, needs a good enemy. So let's make one. Let's create a new scene. And since this enemy doesn't need to collide with anything, we can just go ahead and use a Node 2D as the base.
Yeah, node 2D, okay. Name it Slimer.
Let's also add an animated sprite. So I'll search for animated sprite 2D. Let's go to animation, add some new sprite frames.
Okay. No. God damn it. Slime green. No, I need to click this because we need to. The auto slice function is amazing.
Select them, and let's load in from the sprite sheet here. In the pack, there's both a green and a purple version of the enemy. I'm just going to choose the green one. And this is a 4x3. And I've included 3 animations here. One for the enemy kind of waking up, an aggressive idle animation, as well as one where the enemy takes damage. So I'll use the idle animation here.
Okay. Let's remove these then. We redo that. All right, perfect.
Let's add these 4 frames. Let's hit F and zoom in. I'm also going to move this up, set the animation to autoplay and the FPS to 10. And now if we
That looks good.
preview, we have an animated slime. And this is where things get really cool. Because we made our kill zone into a reusable scene, we can simply use it for our enemy as well. So at the top here, I'll add in a new scene. I'm going to select the kill zone.
Okay. How?
And now all we need to do is... And this is where things get really cool. Because we made our kill zone into a reusable scene, we can simply use it for our enemy as well. So at the top here, I'll add in a new scene.
Child scene. Kill zone.
I'm going to select the kill zone. And now all we need to do is give this a collider. So Control A, search for collision shape.
Okay. Guess we make this into a box. Let's see what he does.
Let's add in a rectangle. Fit it to fit our enemy.
Should be good.
Enemy. By the way, I'm holding down Alt to scale uniformly. And with that, we can simply rename our top node here to slime and save it as a scene. Now,
Okay.
in our game, we can drag it in. I'm going to place it over here. And if we play now and move to the enemy, we can see that just by throwing together a couple of nodes and reusing our kill zone, we've successfully added a new element of danger to our game. If we enter the enemy, we can see that indeed...
Alright. So we add this Fokar somewhere. We could just drag the scene slime into somewhere. Boom. Does it work automatically? Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Yes! It does. Perfect. Oh. Oh man. I want to animate the player some more. Let's take a break from following the tutorial and muck about in here. This is idle. Can we just create a new animation that is jump? We add in this. There's nothing in here talking about the animation. Okay. Head back here then. Then we add another animation called land, right? We add this in. We are that's already. We do the grab the landing frame. So idle is gonna autoplay, but these are gonna play on button presses later. I think we can get that to set up. Okay, then we do a new one called walk. We add this in. And this. We add these and see how it looks. That looks very nice. Perfect. Perfect. We can slow it down maybe. We'll keep it like this. We have idle, jump, land, walk, and then we add a last animation for now then, which is gonna be turn. We add the tile set again, and we add the turning. I'm assuming we can just use this frame and then flip it if we want to turn from the other side later. It's basically gonna be he's walking, bam, 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 and then he goes into the turn animation, and then he's just gonna flow into the other side. Okay. So the idle auto plays with this one. What are these? Move frame, okay. I'm thinking we're mixing the tutorial with me like Googling stuff. Godot. And walk. Okay, so this is where this. We need to define my animations in the GD script later then. Okay, okay. That's good. That tells us we probably need let's continue with the tutorial now. We added some animations that work.
Our game restarts. Of course, currently dying doesn't look very exciting. We'll fix that in the next chapter. But first, let's make our enemy move back and forth. We could, of course, do this using an animation player, just like we did for our platforms. However, I think it would be cooler to make a script that moves our enemy to the right until we get close to a wall, in which case it changes direction and starts moving left. This way we can simply drag and drop the enemy between any two walls in our game, and our script will do the rest.
Okay.
So let's start by making our enemy move to the right. So I'll go into the slime, add a new
Slime. Add a new script.
script, use the default template and
Yeah.
place it under the scripts folder.
Scripts folder. And create.
And hit create. Let's get rid of the ready function
Okay.
And instead we're going to be using process. Just like
Ready function. Bye bye. Oh shit. When do I need to take the bus to the gym? Okay. Have to go in like 20 minutes. What the fuck did I skip forward to?
movies, video games display select the kill zone, and now all we need to do is chapter, but first let's make sure we'll do the rest. So let's start by making our enemy move to the right. So I'll go into the slime, add a new script, use the default template and place it under the scripts folder, and hit create.
Yes.
Let's get rid of the ready function,
We've done that.
and instead we're going to be using process.
Okay.
Just like movies, video games display motion by drawing frames and showing them in quick succession. While movies show frames at a fixed rate, most often 24 frames per second, video games generally try to draw as many frames as possible to get a smooth result. How often this happens will depend on the system the game is running on and what is happening in the game. But unless the game is lagging, it should draw a new frame at least 60 times per second, and often much more.
Okay.
Before the computer can draw a new frame, however, it first has to update the state of the game. What has
Yes.
happened since the last frame? It does this for all the nodes in our game. Then it draws the new frame.
Okay.
This is referred to as the game loop, because it happens over and over again, and it is really the driving force of our game.
All right.
Godot of course does this automatically, but we can add functionality to the game loop using the other function in the template, process. Unlike ready, which only runs once, process runs every frame.
Okay.
This makes it perfect for doing things over time, such as moving an enemy. We simply make sure to change the position of the enemy a tiny bit each frame. So in our script, we can simply remove the pass keyword and instead access the position of our slime, more specifically the x-coordinate of our position, and add 1 pixel to this every frame.
Okay. So we remove this. We do position. The dot, and then we do X. What does that say? Equals. This is a plus equals 1. Is that correct? Alright, we'll see. We shall see.
Then in our game, let's go ahead and place a slime close to our player so that we can see this happening and play. And as you can see, the enemy just shoots past us on the screen. Now one problem with this that might not be obvious other than it's moving way too quickly is that we are increasing the X position every frame by a fixed amount.
Okay.
And because our frame rate can vary, this means that the enemy will sometimes move faster than others, which is not very good.
Yeah.
To fix this, we use this little thing here called delta. Delta is the amount of time that has gone by since the last frame. If we are drawing many frames per second, delta gets really small. And if we lag out a bit and are not drawing as many frames, delta becomes bigger.
Okay.
Because of this, we can use delta to compensate for variations in frame rate. If we have a high frame rate, we want to only move our enemy a little each frame. And if we have a low frame rate, we want to move it a lot. In other words, we can multiply our movement by delta to make it independent of the frame rate. Now, delta can be a bit hard to wrap your head around at first, but don't worry.
It's
You'll
gonna
get the
be.
hang of it. A good rule of thumb is that whenever we have a speed value that we can adjust, such as our 1 here, we should probably multiply it with delta. So in our script, we simply go plus equals 1 multiplied with delta.
Okay.
Now what this essentially means is that we are going to be moving 1 pixel per second, which is not very fast. So let's instead change this to something like 60. And we can actually store this speed in a constant at the top of our script, just like in the movement script. So here I'll write const speed and set it equal to 60. Then we can
So we're gonna set this to 60. We're gonna do a constant up here. Can't we just set the position to speed then?
simply use speed here instead of hard coding the value.
Okay, cool.
This makes it easy to change constants right at the top of your script. And now if we play, we can see that our enemy is moving at a reasonable rate, and we know that this speed won't change.
Okay, let's place one in the 2D. In the game. And see if it works. Hallelujah! Correct on the first go. That's amazeballs. How often does that happen? Never. Not to me. Oops.
From system to system.
How the fuck
So
did I
let's get
manage
rid
to
of this
F11
extra
that
slime
window?
here, and instead make this one actually change direction whenever we face a wall.
Okay.
To do this, we need a way to control the direction we're currently moving in. So let's create a variable that does this. We create a var, call it direction, and set it equal to 1 by default. Then if we need to go in the opposite direction, we'll set it to -1 instead. And to actually apply this, all we need to do is multiply it into our speed. So we'll go direction times speed times delta. This is a
Yes. I'm a wizard. Oh, Hagrid. Take me with you to Hogwarts. Make me a gizzard.
really standard way of doing movement. We simply add onto our position in a direction, multiplied by speed and delta.
Okay.
So now all we need to do is check if the enemy gets close to a wall.
How do we do
And
that?
For this, we'll use a new type of node, the raycast node. Raycasts are invisible rays that we can shoot out to detect collisions. So inside of our slime here, let's add a new node.
Okay. That's cool. So we're in the slime. We add a node. Raycast 2D, I would assume.
Of type raycast 2D, and as you can see, it draws an arrow to represent this. Let's move the starting point here to the center of our enemy, and let's have it shoot out to around here. I'm gonna rename this.
Okay, great. So this is his vision cone, pretty much. Am I correct in that assumption?
To raycast right, and then
Okay.
I'm gonna press Ctrl D to duplicate. I'm gonna have this shoot out in the opposite direction and rename this to raycast left. Now in our script, we can reference these nodes just like we did with our timer. We simply select them both, Click and drag and hold down Control while releasing. As you can see, this creates two variables.
Chill, my
one
man.
raycast right and
Chill.
a raycast left.
Oh, okay. So it's much more than a vision cone. It can do a lot of other things then. I see.
Then every frame before we move our slime, we will go ahead and check if we are currently colliding to the right or to the left. If raycast right dot is colliding, if this raycast is
and it does this before the position. Okay, now we have an if
hitting
sensing.
something,
Then
well then colon, and then make sure to indent here with the tab. We will set our direction to be -1.
okay.
If we are colliding on the right, we want to move to the left. And we'll add another one of these if statements. So if raycast, you guessed it, left dot is colliding,
And then
well then we'll
one.
set our direction back to 1.
All right. Then direction will be equals 1.
And that's it. Our enemy is now ping-ponging back and forth between the two walls.
Let's see if it does that. Do we have an enemy between two walls somewhere in the game? This dude, okay. Now let's remove this boy. Let's slime 2. God damn it. What's happening? Error 12. If raycast right is colliding, expected. Okay. I missed typing out something. I miss a colon. Okay. Yes, it's pinging. Whee!
Then make sure to indent here with the tab. We will set our direction to be -1. If we are colliding on the right, we want to move to the left.
Yep.
And we'll add another one of these if statements, so it's that. Dying 2.0. Let's start by adding a slow motion effect when we die. We can do this by changing the time scale of the entire game. So inside of our kill zone,
Killzone! We have the timer node. Yeah.
we'll open up the script here. And right after we print you died, let's
I'm not gonna miss it. I have time. I have to get ready beforehand. So it should be fine. How long have we been streaming, by the way? It's almost fucking 4 hours of programming. Well, game making. This is not programming. We'll do the dying 2.1 and then we'll call it a day.
modify our time.
Okay. How did he reach the script? Did he just open? Oh, that's fucking sweet. We have the print. He does it after the print and before the timer start.
Time scale. So I'll go engine dot time scale and set it equal to 0.5.
Okay. Oh, that went big letter. Okay.
This means that we will go at half speed.
Yep.
Then when our timer runs out, let's set this back to default, because otherwise we will actually still be
Okay, so we just do engine time scale 1 after the after. Do we child this?
slowed down when our scene reloads. So we'll go engine.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm so fucking stupid. I finally okay, I'm oh yeah, alright. Remove the passes. I'm so stupid. But it's good. My brain is adapting slowly. I fucking understand. I just like, this is a tree. Everything under the function goes into this function. Fucking brainiac over here.
Dot time scale and set it back to the default 1. And if we play this now, this is actually already much better. Notice that it
Boom. Yeah. We're slow. We're still slow. Because we didn't reset it. We set it to 0.5 still. 1. There we go.
also takes twice as long before the game restarts, because everything in our game slows down, including our timer. But I think it could be even cooler if we remove the player's collider to make him simply fall off the map.
Okay.
To do this, we need a reference to the player. We actually already have this here. You'll notice that after the onBody entered here, there's a variable called body. This refers to the body that entered the area. And since the only
So
thing
can
that
we
enters
set
the
this
kill zone
body
is our
to
player,
player?
body is our player. So we can actually add a new line here that goes to
But mine already has a node 2D. But it needs to be player instead of body. Okay. Slimer. No, we're in the kill zone. So this needs to be player, I guess.
For our body. And then we simply need to get the collision shape node under our player. So we'll do dot get node. And we'll search for the collision shape 2D. And we can remove it. So call dot queue_free on that node.
Alright. We won't do this now because I need to head to the bathroom. God damn it. That minced meat and sausage went straight through. Alright. Oh. Thank you, Enyon, for all the amazing help. You have been invaluable. So much thanks, man. And I shall be That's nice. Oh yeah. I'm take a break now and I'll be back tomorrow and we're gonna continue doing this until I fucking make a game. This here now has turned into a fucking Dark Souls run of learning how to make a game. It's just straight on fucking grind. 4 days a week. If my job allows me. And then, meh, Dark Souls this shit until it's done. Alright. Have a great one. I'll see you tomorrow.